Hey, good morning, folks. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update, the Friday version. And sorry, my little tease said we can finally talk about the last snow, but it's early next week. But hey, it's something, right? We're getting somewhere, I would say. All right, so here is the satellite right now. All right. So two storm systems basically. One to the northwest of Michigan, and then one coming in from the south. And that one from the south is going to make the eastern part of the state wet here over the next 12 to 24 hours. So here's the radar forecast. The rain creeping up by noon into Saginaw, Bay City, the Thumb, uh, Grand Rapids, possibly on the edge of the showers, and definitely Ann Arbor and Detroit and Jackson areas. We go through the afternoon and it's wet in the eastern part of the state. We there would be, I would call them light showers for the most part, but they will be enough to get you wet, certainly. Now, this is this evening, still rain in the eastern part of the state. This is midnight tonight, still showers around. And overnight, that shower activity moves into the northeast part of lower Michigan from I-75 eastward toward Alpena and Oscoda and Rogers City and Sheboygan. Hey, Chloe Valentine, Fostoria, good morning. Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you. Oh, I feel like it's Friday. All right, so there you see the rain tomorrow morning moves out of the northeast. This is noon tomorrow, so there will be some dry weather tomorrow. Much of lower Michigan will have a dry morning, and now we go into 3 and 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and the showers start to come into Traverse City. Uh, I guess hopefully everybody's seeing something properly. Into Traverse City tomorrow afternoon, down through the western part of the state, right there, Grand Rapids tomorrow afternoon, and then moving toward the east tomorrow evening. So we're going to have a pretty showery weekend. Now we go into Sunday morning and notice that the showers come back into the eastern part of the state. This is noon Sunday, so indicating that the eastern half will be wet on Sunday afternoon. Yes, okay, let's go back. I messed up something here and everybody's wanting to see. So here we go. Here's this morning, and as we go through the day, the showers move basically up into the east and the northeast and come back through Grand Rapids, South Haven in the form of light showers, probably not making it to Traverse City today. If they do, it'd be a very spotty light form. And then tomorrow morning, the rain moves up into the northeast. And then tomorrow afternoon, the cold front comes across lower Michigan tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then Sunday, a wave rolls along that front, and look what's out west. Snow in the UP, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and that's heading our way for Monday into Tuesday. Rainfall today into tomorrow, going to be fairly substantial in the it's going to be fairly substantial eastern part of the state, the Thumb, Saginaw, Flint, Detroit area, Ann Arbor, next 24 hours, half inch to an inch of rain. And then you can see also who stays dry for today and tonight and early Saturday. Charlevoix, Kalkaska, Traverse City, down the western shoreline. You get to Grand Rapids, and you're looking at a few hundredths, so nothing real substantial. And then as we go through the weekend, the showers add on another couple of tenths in places. So let's look at what's going to happen now in the big picture. Okay, so let's take a look at the whole U.S. out 10 days, and we're waiting for the cold blob to dissolve after it really takes over and mauls us on Monday and Tuesday. And we do see the cold blob dissolving, and I do think that that will happen. It's, May 6th, May 6th, 7th, 8th, it looks like it dissolves away. And maybe not jumping, definitely not jumping to warmer than normal conditions, but jumping to not being like winter. So here we go with the European model, and you can see why we're going to get cold. It circulates in Monday and Tuesday. This is Monday evening, and this is in the middle of the night, Monday night. As we get colder, we could see snow across much of lower Michigan at times. Tuesday morning. And then we go into Wednesday and we try to warm up a little bit. And, maybe another system late in the week, a week one. And we look a little chilly into the following weekend. And we get to about May 7th, and the chilly air is still there. Remember, though, as much as we like the European, one of its pitfalls is it holds cold air back into the Great Lakes 9-10 days out. So it certainly could be too slow in moving out the cold air. We get out to 10 days and it kind of dissolves it. That's why I say the 6th, 7th, 8th of May, it will start to improve and be pretty comfortable. Here's a closer look. And as we get to Monday, there's the snow developing Monday evening, Monday night. And I don't expect it to be heavy snow, but I would not be surprised if any one of us wakes up with a light coating on the grass by Tuesday morning. Certainly won't last long. All right, now let's finish it up with the temperatures, and then we'll get about our weekend and try to stay dry. Today, where it's somewhat sunny, Traverse City, northwest lower, you make it in the low 60s. Where we have the rain, we are stuck in the low to mid 50s. Tomorrow, opposite. We go to the low 60s in the south, 50s in the north. And then Sunday, we start our cold spell. Highs in the 40s in the western side of the state, 50s. East side, Monday, highs in the 30s in places, maybe struggling to get past 40 in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, and chilly 40s in the east. Tuesday's cold too. And then Wednesday, a little bit better, back into the 50s, and Thursday, back in the low 60s, and Friday we flirt with 60, and Saturday, maybe on that northeast wind, 50s to near 60, and Sunday, May 7th, around 60. So it's, we're not going to change from a cold pattern to a really warm pattern, but we're going to change back to within 5 degrees either side, above or below normal of the average temperature, which in mid-May, early to mid-May, that's very, very nice weather for those of you that are spring fans and don't like it to march right into summer. I do have to say, the Europeans 46 day, let's take a look at it. I like to look at it for fun. I don't necessarily trust it, but let's show you what it does here. Give me just a second. This is a 46-day forecast, and it just kind of averages things. So we're going to look at the surface temperature anomaly. We have a new one coming in too. Let me see here. All right, let's go back to it if we can. All right, so surface temperature anomaly. We're going to go out quite a ways here. So this is early May, May 9th, May 10th, May 11th, and we talked about this. It looks like as we go into mid-May, this is May 15th, that would be 2 degrees warmer than normal, which would just be basically normal conditions, which is very nice. Jerry Hederick, when is the cold going to be done? I don't know what you call cold. I think we could still have a frost into mid-May. Okay, so now we're May 21st and 22nd, and this model has been showing for a couple of runs. It only comes out about every 3 days that as we get toward June, this is June 1st, and it's 1 degree colder than normal, but it's been showing that as we get into June, this is June 8th and June 10th and June 11th, that it wants to keep the middle part of the country, including Michigan, cooler than normal. You know, I don't really have an answer for that. I am going to post today about something that Bill Marino, retired from the Weather Service 40 years, has really extensively looked at long-term patterns for Michigan. Him and I have been talking a lot. Now he's retired, so he's got some time to look at some different things. And what he has found was that a transition year from La Nina to El Nino, which is what this is going to be, we found 5 of them, and they were wetter than normal from the mid-Atlantic, basically through the Great Lakes westward into the Corn Belt, wetter than normal. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to rain every day. That's based on amount of precipitation. It could happen in several events and not be, a lot of rain all the time. But he also found that in these transition years, we tend to have not very many 90-degree temperatures. We tend to be slightly warmer than normal and not very many 90-degree temperatures. So it may not be shaping up to be the warmest summer, at least to start. So that's where we go with it. Try to stay dry this weekend. Try to get through Monday and Tuesday's rain and snow. And then we will have some better weather ahead. I know it's just disgustingly slow to warm up and be nice here in Michigan. Take care. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great weekend. Take care.